Happy New Year! Hey, I took a short break from this channel just for the vacation time for Christmas and New Year, and I'm not fully back yet. This is just a gap filler, this whole video here. I got all kind of plans for the next year. I'm gonna continue this, let's see about the frequency, but at least I got a couple of interesting episodes coming up. This is not really a gear channel. I'm not introducing new gear, and I'm not so into gear. What I mostly do is that I have old gear that I mess up with and do things that I want to do. I also want to continue talking about photography in general and what it means to me, because those comments that I get to those videos are more rewarding for me than arguing about a lens or a film type. There's plenty of those videos on the YouTube, and I don't feel I can contribute a lot. Nevertheless, there's one camera review coming up. Very interesting new camera. Yeah, it's a new camera, film camera. That I want to show you a very interesting backstory and interesting things. So I hope I can get it soon out. I want to do some more testing with it before I release the video. I'm also setting up an exhibition this week, which is going to continue the whole month of January, and I'll try to set up a broadcasting event where I could invite all of you to see my exhibition, even if you can't come here. It's in my hometown. It's a small thingy, but it's significant for me. I've been working really hard to get it the way I want. About 24 silver gelatin prints. So I'll try to find a good time for that broadcast. The challenge is that the gallery is closed, of course, during the evenings and nights. And for some reason, most of my viewers are from the US. Hello, US of A. And it would be more convenient for you guys to join later, but then the gallery is closed. So let me see what I can arrange. So at least those two kind of things are in the works. But hey, to start the year with, I went through my video library, if such a thing exists, and I found a video that I never finished and I never released. I thought it was too introvert and it was too philosophical and really didn't present anything new. But hey, I'm gonna show it to you. Just as a gap filler, just like because I haven't really done anything during the vacation time. So here's an old video that I did last fall. I don't even remember when, and maybe you enjoy it. But hey, see you around. Have a nice 2023. Hey, I was driving home from work the other day, and for some reason after a long day this thought came to my mind that I thought might interest some of you. I got this theory. It's not based on anything else but my thoughts and my experience, but hear me out. So there's a lot of external pressure that is put on us, or we accept that voluntarily. Things like at work there's a pressure to deliver on time with a certain quality, or in your private life you need to bring food on the table, and you need to pay your taxes, and you need to get things done. And in real life, almost anything you want to achieve, you gotta work for that. You gotta learn things, you gotta get things done. I'm actually worried about the new generation that thinks that instant gratification is a thing. It's not. And at least to me, it's also that the more I work towards a goal and then reach it, the more rewarding it is. In many cases, the actual journey to accomplish something is so much more rewarding and fulfilling than actually then getting it done or the final results. I remember many times at work, like, I'm not really good at celebrating reaching a milestone or getting the product out or whatnot. I'm more geared towards like celebrating the everyday work. But that's just me. I mean, I may be in that end of the spectrum. Anyways, a lot of pressure, and some of that pressure is definitely good. Not all, but some. Now that easily creeps into my photography too. And by the way, this is not a concept of good or bad. It's just an observation. So I accept and I invite a lot of external pressure to my work. I try to study photography, I try to learn from the masters. I look at YouTube videos to see which camera might be interesting, which film to use, what developer. I try to get my work to places. I'm excited to have an opening exhibition in January. It's those deadlines make me to deliver and improve my work. So that kind of way of working, let's call that outside in. All kind of external, outside pressure, good and bad pressure, outside influence, good and bad influence, gets into my picture and improves my photography, hopefully improves it. And makes me better as a photographer. It's sort of all those external influences crawl into my picture, and in the best cases, hopefully someday, it will start to also show itself in the final result. But hey, what if we would turn that the other way around, and instead of outside in photography, we would think about it inside out. And that was my thought the other day when I was driving home. So I could say that this empty frame here, this empty photo frame, is my inside. And time to time it's extremely rewarding to think that I'm the god of this universe. There are no other gods. I don't accept any kind of outside influence or pressure inside of my frame. That's my frame. I can do whatever I choose to do there. I can even leave it empty if I so choose. It's not intended for anybody else's viewing. I might choose to show it to you, but not necessarily. That's my thing. I explicitly think about it so that I create something inside of that frame, and it might radiate outside. I might show it to you. So explicitly rejecting all kind of external pressure. To do it on time, do it using certain methods, do it properly, do it well, do it badly. None of those are considerations. It is my frame, I do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do, whichever way I want to do. Now, why I think this thinking outside in, external pressures, external influence, and inside out, it's my world. I don't let anybody else to influence. Why that is interesting is that every now and then it's good to think about both ways, like not at the same time but separately. Let me show you an example. Here is what I would consider a pretty much of an inside-out picture. Now, this is my universe, this frame here. I chose to go to our front yard last spring and take this picture. I don't think this is in the scale of the world photography as an art. It's not anywhere to be recognized. It's just a picture of early spring flowers, black and white picture. But what's inside of this universe, it's my choice. There's also a backstory, which we are not going to go into now, that is extremely important to me. And when I look at this picture, it's my picture, that story comes alive. Whether you see it or not, I don't really care. This is my pitch. It wasn't made to be shown anywhere. It wasn't meant to showcase any of my talent. It wasn't done for any exhibition or any book. It's just that frame where I'm the master of the universe. I can do whatever I want to do. You follow me? So then after this thought, I thought that let me look at some of my pictures and try to see if I have intuitively got into a mental state where I totally ignore all kind of external influence and I just concentrate on my square or my rectangle. And I found a few pictures. They are like this. External pressure is good, that's my opinion. I work much better when I have deadlines, when I have certain quality bars, when I need to get things done. Also with my photography, I'm an amateur, I don't need to do anything. But also there I set myself goals. It makes me a better photographer and I enjoy that tremendously. But every now and then it is so rewarding to throw that all away and think about only one frame at a time, ignoring explicitly all external pressure and just work on my frame and do it the way I want. Extremely liberating. I don't know where you are in this spectrum. I may be in this goal-oriented end, but I wish I could get more into this master of the universe end of the work where I could just totally ignore everybody else but my frame. Hey, this kind of story today. Next time something else. See you later.